video is specifically for people who are moving away from home and going abroad, be it Canada, Australia, or anywhere. Welcome back to another sitting down and talking to you guys video, but specifically to Canada because I live in Canada, so my lived experience is based off living in Canada, basically in British Columbia. So if you're moving away from your family, these are the things that I wish that somebody had told me before I moved away. Let's get right into it. The first thing is culture shift. The cultural shift is ironically very huge. So people who are coming from bigger cities like Mumbai, Delhi will not face a huge culture shift, but people who are coming from smaller cities, towns, villages will face a huge cultural shock / changes. Here people in Canada are very open-minded and they're very nice to each other. So when you're walking in the street and you see somebody, they will smile at you, and ideally you should be smiling back at them and greeting them. If it's morning, then you would say morning. If it is evening, then you will say evening. These etiquettes really help you get along, adapt to a society that is very different from the society you might have born in. And bonus tip is, it is very important that you try to be friends with people who are outside of your culture and ethnicities, because when you're in a group outside of your culture and ethnicities, you get exposed to things that you were never exposed to, like knowledge about the culture, knowledge about the society, knowledge about the upbringing, and those things really help you when you go into work or making friends at college, because at the end of the day, people want to be friends with somebody who is similar to them. So if you are wanting to be friends with people who are outside your culture, who are outside your ethnicities, it is very important that you also grab onto the etiquettes that they are used to, because networking is everything. When you're in a different society, when you're in a different country, everything is based on networking. Sometimes you are at a job where you don't even know anybody and people don't take any initiative into getting to know their coworkers, and that really shrinks your community and opportunities that you might have gotten, but you are not out there meeting people. Then next is cost of living. First of all, if you're living in Canada and you're earning here and you're spending here, do not change currency in your head. If you're from India, do not think about how much a dollar is in India. If you are earning here and you are spending the money here, think about the cost of living here and base everything that you buy based on that, because people have a lot of buying remorse after they buy something. So even if you buy a coffee which is $10, it could be very expensive when it is converted into Indian currency. But at the end of the day, you are not spending Indian rupees that you earned in India in Canada. But if you are and you're not earning in Canada and you're only spending money that your parents are giving you, yes, for sure, think about the money, how you're spending, and be very, very conscious and cognizant whenever you're spending any single cent. Another bonus tip. So here in Canada, bills are divided between $1, which is loonie, $2, which is toonie, also $5 bill, $10 bill, $50 bill, $100 bill. So knowing all of this is very important, because if you are wanting to be a cashier, you need to understand the currency, you need to understand the coins and how they work, and you also need to understand that knowing this is going to help you in real life as well. But if you have any questions, please comment down below about this and I will definitely answer any of your questions. Third is, in a new country where you don't know a lot of people, networking is important, but also finding a job can be difficult. So I would say go out, meet new people, network, but also don't be too hard on yourself, because a lot of people don't find their first job within a month of arriving here. I was very lucky and I had some network coming into the country where I was able to find a job right away within weeks of arriving here, and not everyone can be as lucky, or not everyone has connections. But it is upon you, when you land here, you need to make connections. Before coming here, you are supposed to go on your college's website and Instagram, and you're supposed to be commenting and engaging with people who are already going to your school. Because when you do that, you get exposed to people who are already here and they can help you in n number of ways. And oh wow, such a scientist. I love whenever I say like these n number of x number of things, because that makes me feel like I know something when I really don't know about anything. So yeah, next is weather prep. So when I moved here, I literally died 1,000 times because it was so cold. I live in British Columbia. The city that I live in, it is not as cold as the rest of the Canada, but even then, so I was so cold, I would layer upon layer upon layer, and I would not feel warm because I was layering upon layering upon layering Indian clothes. So a lot of people, when they move here, they bring a lot of clothes, they bring a lot of utensils, they bring up a lot of things that are not even useful. So whenever somebody moves to Canada and they talk to me what to bring, I always tell them that, hey, bring your bare minimum clothes that you would wear every single day, but save money and buy clothes from here, because jeans material is different, jacket material is different, t-shirt material is different, and sweater material is different. So the sweater that are meant for wearing in winter here are made for the winter here. So I was not aware of that when I moved here, but now that you are watching this video, you are prepared. Do not spend thousands of rupees in India buying clothes that are not going to help you in Canada. I, in fact, bought some jackets in India that were very warm in India. I was told that they will keep you warm, but as soon as I landed here, I wore them and they did not do shit for me. So do not waste your money buying jackets and clothes and winter jackets from India, because unless you are living in a hill station, unless you're living in an already cold place, chances are that those clothes are not going to work here. It goes up to minus 30 in some provinces. Provinces are called states in Canada. So do not do that. Everyone and their moms are obsessed with bringing cutleries and kitchen utensils in Canada. First of all, kitchen utensils in Canada is not that expensive. You can literally go to dollar store and buy bunch of plates, utensils, glasses, wine glasses, spoon, knives, cleaning supplies, everything at a very cheap amount, because most of those things are very cheap. Dollar store is literally $1 to $5. Don't quote me on that, but things at Dollarama and Dollar Store, Dollar Tree are super cheap. Instead of buying things from India, come to Canada and buy utensils and cutleries here. What would that do is you will buy cutleries that are more Canadian in style, and it would make you feel that you're part of Canadian society, like how people are raised and born here. If you're not even going to enjoy the little things that make Canada Canada, then you will not be able to experience the actual Canada, and your experience would be pretty bad. Next is healthcare. To get an appointment with a doctor, it takes weeks. And first of all, here you have to find a family doctor. So one of the things that you should be doing as soon as you land here is find yourself a family doctor. So because the family doctor can prescribe you to any other specialized practices that you might need. Then a lot of people pay for their medical plan, and then whenever they go to a doctor, it is free. But one of the things that really shocked me is whenever you go to a doctor in Canada or you have a phone appointment, they make you feel like you are an inconvenience to them. You get like about 3 minutes and you need to tell them the most important thing that's bothering you, and whatever other issues are, you can book another appointment, which was very, very interesting to me, because when I was in India, I could stay at my doctor's office for 30 minutes straight talking to them about everything that is wrong with me or everything that I think that is wrong with me, and they would spend that time to help me out. The reason that you might feel rushed in phone conversations or when you go in to see a doctor is because they are paid by the number of patients they see and not by the amount of time that they spend with you. Go find yourself a family doctor as soon as you land here, because it is very important. Next is the first day that you spend in Canada, you need to go to Service Canada and get your SIN number, and you need to apply for an ID, and you need to apply for any other documentation that is very important. So research that before you land, because as soon as you land, you need to get all of these documents right away, because you never know. In a foreign country, you always need to have your basic documents. Next is driving rules are very strict. I, in fact, see a lot of people here who do not follow driving rules, and a lot of times they get pulled over by the cops, and it is so strict that the ticket is very expensive. Sometimes you can pay up to $5,000 if you do not follow certain rules on the road. So you really need to be very cautious about driving here and following all the rules. Next is mental health. Yes, as soon as you come here, you are very happy. There is a honeymoon period. Everything is just so rainbowy, so gorgeous, so colorful. But after some time, you might realize that, oh my God, I miss home. The home could be anywhere in the country, even if you're from India, Argentina, London, France, everywhere. Wherever you're from, you're bound to miss your family at a certain point. Always think about that this is a phase. It happened to me as well, and it is a bell-shaped curve. That when you come to Canada, you are in honeymoon phase, and you're very happy, and then you start to compare the current country that you live in to the country that you were born and raised. You might compare, and you might find out that, you know what, maybe the country that I was born and raised was better, and you might decide to move. And if you do, it is not a bad decision. It is okay. You tried, you got out of your comfort zone, and you realized that where you were before moving was the right decision and was the right place for you. So that is a great thing that you realize. But if you realize after that honeymoon period you missed home, but then you start to realize that, you know what, it is not as bad and I would like to stay here. It is totally normal and everyone goes through this phase. Now let's get to actual spicy tips. So sexual health is very important wherever you go. And when you move to a new country, you might want to hook up with literally any and everyone, but you need to be very safe. And if you're LGBTQ2+, and it doesn't matter if you're a straight guy, straight girl, or if you're part of LGBTQ community, community, you need to be very safe. There are people who are not as nice. So whenever you go on a first date in a new country, you need to meet somebody for brunch or lunch. You can do whatever you want, but it is my advice that if you're going to meet somebody from online dating in a new country and you're meeting them for the first time, you need to go on a date in the morning or afternoon in a public place. Go to a restaurant, go to a coffee shop, meet them, see the vibe, if they're nice, if they're safe, if they are what they say, if the photos match. So be very cautious and be a little bit suspicious of everyone to an extent. Second, sexual health is very, very good here. If you feel that there is something that's going on and you need to get tested, it is very, very, very normal to go and seek tests. There are some non-profit clinics here, there are hospitals here, and they're very inclusive. LGBTQ people are supported with equal rights and protection. So people who are moving here and they are a part of LGBTQ community, you're bound to find a community that is supporting of you, that sees you as you, and does not discriminate in any way, shape, or form. Living here made me feel that there is nothing wrong with me or the way I am. So these were some tips, and if you found this video helpful, comment down below. It does help. And subscribe to my page because I make these videos all the time. See you in the next one. Bye!